Nope, and we got the one riding in the back.
Oh, I think we have the polar opposites in the size spectrum here.
Yes, that's right. This is we're into the 70s here, and the company's beginning to rediscover the compact, as it were.
Yes, car number 482, a 1972 Ford Pinto, brought to us by Henry Dara of, is it supposed to be Westland, Michigan? Okay, I thought it was. Westland, Michigan, not the wetlands. Yes, yeah. Definitely not the wetlands of Michigan, but the Westland, Michigan.
So really, we just went from a 429 cubic inch V8 powered station wagon to now we have a 122 cubic inch, that would be less, 4-cylinder engine in the Ford Pinto. And we're seeing a totally different take on, you know, the base level, entry level automotive car, the compact market from the Ford Motor Company.
That's right. In fact, we would use a new term for this car, subcompact, the idea that it's smaller even than the compacts of the early 60s, like the Falcon or the original Mustang. And introduced for 1971, basically the same car for 1972, but the runabout model received a larger rear window, and a station wagon was added to Pinto's lineup that year as well. Options were the Cruise-O-Matic automatic transmission for $170, AM radio set you back an extra $59, and the luxury decor group $137. But Pinto is one of those names, a bit like Corvair, that has a sort of shadow hanging over it now.
Indeed, there were some, shall we say, some landmark legislation or lawsuits,
litigation. Yes,
litigation.
yes.
That's the word I was looking for, related to the car, and ultimately, I mean, the industry and public safety came out the better for it, really.
Yeah, and the gas tank design placed the tank itself behind the rear axle in front of the rear bumper, which, to be fair, was not an unusual placement for a gas tank at that time, but there have been a couple of rear-end collisions which caused fires, and this led to that litigation, which revealed all sorts of unsavory things in the way that some of these automobiles are designed. And in this case, you know, Ford ran the numbers and determined what it would cost to redesign it, and basically it came down to, you know, is the price of this redesign worth the price of the damage that will be done in the case of accidents? And that sort of thing happens every day. That's why we have an insurance agency. They place values on our lives, literally, but doesn't look so good when it comes to public relations and marketing.
And the Pinto really, some good, you know, many good components came out of the Pinto basis. I believe Mustang 2 was based on a lot of the Pinto's chassis design and some of the drivetrain there. But yes, it's still, you say the Pinto and that's one of the first things that pops to mind, but still, these cars were ubiquitous, it seems, in our younger days when we were kids.
Yeah, and those fires weren't all that common, but of course they were spectacular in the original sense of the word, just larger than life kind of events. So they captured all the headlines, and that's what kind of gave the Pinto this reputation. But National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration did recall 1.5 million Pintos in 1978. But Henry here says that this Pinto runabout is the first Pinto he's ever owned, and it's become his favorite as a daily driver. So you're out there in the Pinto every day. I love it. I love it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Henry.
Really, when you think of the name runabout, it's something you saw